Hello, Dream Team. Welcome back to our podcast.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, beautiful people, Dream Team? Welcome to another exciting installment of Here's a Thought with the Max. My name is Lerato Macheta.
And I'm Petola Macheta.
They're so beautiful. Guys, look at my wife's hair.
You.
Oh my gosh. You look gorgeous.
Keeping it real.
Listen, babe,
Loving,
do you know how long I've been trying to get my wife to do dreads, guys?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, baby. But you see, because it's 2022, you can have dreads for 2 weeks, guys. You can have dreads for a month and just be like, I'm out. It was real. Yeah. You look gorgeous, my babe. How are you?
You look handsome.
It's good to be here again on the couch with you. That's true.
Hey, I feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like a teenager who snuck out of home, and now I'm coming back home and my parents are up and they're just like,
for sure,
where have you been?
We've been around, guys. We've been around. God has been good. It's been great. We're working. We are doing life and loving each other and raising kids and doing all that good stuff. But of course, missing you and loving you always.
Always and forever.
Yeah. All right.
Today. Yeah. What are we talking about?
Before we get in today, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on that notification bell to know every single time we upload a new installment. You tell me what we're talking about.
So today, guys, we are talking about, do I need permission from my partner?
Sure. Do I need permission?
To do what?
To live, to breathe. Do I need to go
I need to get permission?
Do I need to go to my husband to say, hey, Baba, you know, I was thinking that maybe next week, Wednesday, there's an evening prayer and...
Can I go?
What
do you think?
Yeah. So I think a couple of things.
Yeah.
So I think it's really interesting. I think that this dynamic is there in every relationship more than people are willing to admit. Mm-hmm. I think if we had to generalize, men have to ask for permission, and women don't. Right?
Oh.
When a woman has to ask for permission, it's seen as abusive. Like, why is your man so whatever?
Oh, and when a man
does it, it's like, it's not abusive, right? But it's like, yeah, but you know, we constantly like negotiating our way through things because we value nothing more than peace. So I think there's definitely a discrepancy in it. And I think it also that analogy also manifests itself in our relationship.
Okay.
Even though but generally, so it's not just about going out, right? It's just about like general life things, like, hey, you know, I'm constantly like checking in. Is it cool if how do you feel about, is it the right? And then the other way, not so much. However, I don't really have an issue with that. So yeah.
Maybe it's because maybe it's because men are risk takers.
Yeah.
So they're always negotiating, I feel. Maybe. But
possibly,
but I just feel like, no, I don't think you need to ask for permission from your partner.
Yeah.
Because permission means that someone has control over you.
Yeah.
My kids can ask for permission from me, from us.
Yeah.
I'm responsible for them.
Sure.
I'm not responsible to Rato. Yes, we're accountable to each other, but we're not responsible for each other. Guys, even God gives you free will. Even God is like, even if he doesn't agree with something, he'll be like, okay, go. But there are consequences.
But that doesn't happen in real life.
So can I qualify?
Yeah.
Can I qualify?
Yeah.
So I said, no, you don't need permission, but you do need to communicate. So this is a catch-22 situation. You need to communicate and let your partner know. Hore, baby, I'm going. You are merely saying I'm going. But I could turn around. But I could turn around. I could turn around and say, whoa, babe, remember on Saturday we have this thing. What?
You're being disingenuous.
What?
Because you have fully given yourself permission to say, no, I don't feel comfortable.
I've said comfortable about
that, right?
Yes.
So did you? So me getting a motorbike, was it my free will?
So yes. Listen. Hear me out. Follow.
The lies.
Baby, follow.
I'm following, Dana.
Follow.
I'm revved up. I'm ready.
When I met my husband about the motorbike, I said to him, we spoke about it before we started dating, before we got married. And I said, I am not comfortable with a man who has a motorbike.
Yeah.
So I would rather we don't get married.
Did you mean that?
I did at the time. You see, you guys don't believe us when we talk. You guys just think that we're talking to fill up space and, use words.
We don't take you serious.
You don't take us serious. So, but babe, what I'm saying is, the reason I say that this thing is a catch-22, even in communicating to your partner that you're gonna do something, there is a chance that something could make them feel uncomfortable, and you guys have to sit and talk about it. It's like,
for sure.
It's like me coming to you and saying, baby, I'm going on a girls' trip for 5 days. You could have possibly been okay with me going on a girls' trip for 2 days and think that maybe 5 days is a bit excessive. And we have an opportunity to sit down and talk about it.
Well, I think that's the difference, and we are generalizing, guys. But I think that's kind of the difference. You see, men and women don't have the same sensitivities.
Okay.
So for you to say maybe 5 days in the example that you made, which is actually a very real one.
Yeah.
For you to say, maybe 5 days is excessive, but maybe like 2 or 3, then I'm more comfortable with, is not something that I'm sensitive about.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you want to go away with your girls for 2 weeks, do your most.
Yeah.
And so when I'm coming to you, I know that I need to come and ask for permission because I know that you are sensitive about that.
So can I say something? You're right. You're right in saying that we've got different sensitivities.
Yeah.
In the same breath, you and I have different spending personalities.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine, baby, if I come and I buy a Range Rover and just park it in the garage.
Yeah.
Right? Not having come to discuss it with you.
Yeah.
I could say to you, baby, I want to buy this car. And you could say, baby, we actually can't afford this car.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I should be sensible enough to actually sit down and interrogate what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right? So we have different sensitivities.
Yeah.
Your sensitivities could be finances. Mine could be you going out with a certain group of people, because that was the one thing that we had issues with. You know, there were certain friends where I just felt like, I don't like that person. But obviously, that also boils down to you, right? It doesn't mean that if you I feel like sometimes we blame people for our partner's actions, but our partners have free will to while out if I want to while out or whatever, right? In the same breath, maybe if I have a friend whom you feel is putting pressure on me to buy Louis Vuitton bags or Chanel bags, where you feel like we actually can't afford to be in that position. So I feel like we just have the same different sensitivities. We just need to communicate to make each other see, because sometimes we have blind spots. As people. Yeah,
look, 100%. I think. So first of all, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
On the communication part of life, which I think is something that we get right.
Yes.
More times than not. All right. So we do value coming to the table, laying it out on the table, and discussing it. Very good habit that we have.
Yeah.
The difference, however, from my point of view, and just as a generalization, remember, guys, it's general, it doesn't apply to everybody. But the issue here is that there are more contingencies when it comes from the woman to the man, as opposed to from the man to the woman. Case in point.
Okay.
What in our 14 years of being together, what is the one thing that you would say, and I just want you to name one thing where you're like, oh yeah, I know Lerato, no.
I think it's money. Like, because sometimes I would want to get something and you would make me see, baby, we actually can't afford to get this right now.
Like when?
Baby, I'm not going to sit here now and talk about the things that...
No, I just feel like it's untrue. That's why...
How can you say that?
Because it's how I feel.
That you've never said to me, I don't think that maybe this is the right time for us to get that because we don't have the finances.
Yes, I've said that before.
So, is that not
Inadvertently.
saying not right now? Because sometimes our no's, just like God, is not right now, my darling.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So that's how I feel.
There's
really nothing. Guys, I'm such a chilled person. There aren't a lot of things where I would be
that's
like,
the wild thing.
Where I would be like, I'm going away for a man.
Most women feel like, no, but that's just a personality thing.
Or I don't know what else. Because I think the biggest thing has been finances. Where I feel like I feel like, even now, baby, there's certain things that I would possibly get.
Yeah.
Where you would think, babe, no man, check. We have that project, remember?
Not really,
so
babe.
Maybe this is not the time.
But I think that you would think the same thing. So the difference is this. I would make you aware.
I want to paint the house.
But hold on.
And you've said,
hold on.
Maybe now is not the right time for us to paint because of that other project that we have.
Hear me out.
Yes.
Right. So when I come to you, I'm making you aware of something that you know.
Okay.
When you are pushing back on something, you're saying, no, but this is how I feel.
Maybe it's because men just have a lot more blind spots.
How? When I'm saying that, it's I'm making you aware of something that you know. So basically, because I'm a stupid, it's something that I should know, and you're going, yeah, it's obvious.
Guys, men don't see a lot of things sometimes.
I can agree with that.
Like sometimes you guys,
I don't.
You guys are sleeping sometimes.
That's fine. I'll take that.
Our leaders. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. But this is actually speaking to my point.
Okay.
To say that when it comes to women, because a lot of women feel like this, like, you guys don't know. And it's what's really interesting?
Yeah.
Is that I find that when I do things on my own,
okay,
my wife, 7 times out of 10, will take a peek in and be like, wow, that's so dope. I really like what you did there.
Okay.
If we are working together, then she's going to be like, no, I don't like, da-da-da.
Yeah.
And then I do it on my own. And she's like, well, yeah, you should do the same thing for us. And I'm like, yeah, but Ndwana, you see, because I'm constantly having to ask for permission to do things that I know. And I'm like, no, but I know. Like, just let me, because I know.
I don't think you ask for permission. I think you ask for input. I think you value my inputs and you ask for input.
You translate it as input. I'm actually asking for permission.
Okay, I didn't know you were asking for
now
permission.
You know. You're welcome.
I thought you were asking, because we have this thing in our relationship where we don't move if the next person is not comfortable.
This is true.
Because then you could see it as asking for permission and your partner saying no. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm saying that this thing it's a catch-22, but that's when you have to come together and discuss it, because it's also important to have your partner's blessing. Right.
Because now I'm going to be in a motorbike accident.
But your partner can say no and you can still go. That's why I'm saying you don't need permission. Right? But then you have to be prepared for ditlamorago, because there will be consequences.
Which is the consequences.
The consequences could be that there could be strife in the home. Right?
So you're asking for permission,
but some people
then?
do it. Some people no. But the thing is, the difference is, if Lehakwe asks to do something.
No, wait.
No, can I say something?
But she's a child.
No, I'm trying to make a difference. Lehakwe is gonna get possibly punished, or some luxuries taken away.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to punish you.
You'll deprive me.
Of what? I don't do that. I do not do that. No,
you can't say that. Have you, when you are angry, you've been like, it's fine, baby, come. No, come on. Like, let's be real. That's not gonna happen. Sorry. Come on. So, babe, listen. At the end of the day,
but I'm not using it. I'm just annoyed
no, I know
at the
that.
time.
I know that, and I wasn't implying that she was using
Yeah.
it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right.
So
that
I'm not gonna punish you.
We're not gonna have sexy time.
I'm not gonna take away your luxuries or what? Not luxuries. What do you saying? There's a word for it.
Sex.
Ah, wow.
That's the word for it.
So I think there's a difference, my love. But then the next day, tla be re le sharpo gape.
But I still won't have my motorbike the next day.
The motorbike one was a serious one for me.
But it was a serious one for me.
It was a serious.
That's why we're talking about it. Anyway, look, the point is this.
Yeah.
And here's my point. I don't want to labor this.
I also don't want to labor this, my love, because it's like
You want to say something, but I was also about to say something.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, sharp. So here's the thing, guys. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
I feel like we can relax in life.
Yeah.
Like you are allowed to. I love this idea of love being. I love this idea of love being fueled by you allowing your partner to flourish, to be great.
Yeah.
Not according to you,
Yeah.
not according to what you think is good for them or not good for them or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Because as people, we are continuing to evolve all the time.
Yeah.
I would rather we sat down and be like, wow, that's interesting. Why? Oh, so you're into that? And the thing is, we accept it so much more when it comes to our kids. We were talking the other day about how Lehakwe goes through phases, right? Next thing, she wants to be wearing pants. Now she's into crop tops. Now she's, you know what I mean? Now she likes taking care of herself a little bit more. She used to eat anything. Now she's so picky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As people in relationships, we continue to evolve. And I'm really, really against this idea that you come into a relationship and you almost want to, based on your picture of how you see the next person and how they should be and where they should go and what they should wear and how they should eat and they then you're starting to kind of put controls in place and you want to say, no, I'm not
Comfortable.
No. You don't want to say no. It's not an ultimatum. I'm not saying no, but ultimately you're also saying, yeah, I'm saying no. And then if you go out there and do it anyway, then you'll deal with the consequences. That's a no.
Yeah. I think, baby, I agree with this statement that you're making. And this statement speaks to what I said when I opened up to say, asking for permission means that you have control over someone, which we don't. We don't have control over each other.
Yeah.
But the reality is, because we're so different, there are things that are bound to make us uncomfortable. Certain decisions that we make, because we're so different, right? And you spoke about clothing, you spoke about the food that we eat, we spoke about different things. Now, let's say, for example, I decide to wear this top that just covers my nipples and my I'm wearing booty shorts and whatever. You can't say no, but it can make you uncomfortable.
I want to stay on this.
I can walk out the house looking like that because it's my body, and I can go out looking like that if I want. Yeah. But you have every right for it to make you feel comfortable. Feelings are neither uncomfortable. Yeah. Feelings are neither wrong or right.
Right.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But I think on the other side of this, I think it's very important to then invest rather in the character and the values of the person that you're going to marry.
Okay.
Because there are some things that shouldn't even be a discussion, I think. Especially when it comes to character and values.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you're then talking about, wearing a top that just covers your nipples, like for me, I'm like, no, that's not. I know that that's never a conversation that you and I are going to have. Now, if
you don't know,
hear me out. If one day I'm sitting there and we're actually having this conversation,
Yeah.
like I like to say, we've got a much bigger problem.
But my love,
it's not about
Yeah.
then what you're wearing.
yes.
Now, do you understand? We've got a bigger problem,
Yeah.
and we need to address that. You see,
Yes.
so this idea of like, you know, case by case, no, but we're now, why? Oh, no, that's problematic for me. Like, deal with the bigger issue,
Yes.
and then these things then become nonsensical.
Which is why I agree with you. And that's why I say, that's why communication, baby, is so important.
Yeah.
Because even with the bike, it
Yeah.
wasn't me putting controls to say, I don't want you to get a bike because I say so. It's because I was saying, babe, it's a fear. I feel like it's unsafe for you to get a bike, and I don't want to lose you.
Yeah.
Right? So we're having a different conversation.
Yeah.
We have a bigger issue.
Yeah.
Right? Which is me feeling like I could lose you to a bike accident or whatever,
Yeah.
because that's what we've seen. That's
Yeah.
what we see. Right? So even with someone with clothes, for example, it's important, and you mentioned it, my love. I'm quoting you so much today because I'm actually listening to you. Because you said, let's allow people to evolve, right? And what does evolving look like? Evolving is not always positive, right?
Well, it's not always
Sometimes
pretty.
It's not always pretty,
Yeah.
right? It can get messy.
Yeah.
Sometimes people go through phases where they're trying to find themselves.
Yeah.
You know, people might call it midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Sometimes people have pain, and then they outwardly show that pain in the way they dress. You know, or
Yeah.
someone's starting to get tattoos. Now I'm covering my entire body with tattoos and whatever. Maybe it's a conversation that we need to have. Or, baby, are you okay? What is
Yeah.
so it's not about asking for permission, but it's about, you can communicate and say, ish, babe, I actually don't feel comfortable you going out looking like that. And we can have that conversation, but
Sure.
at the end of the day, I can still choose that I will eat what I want to eat. I will wear what I want to wear. And especially it becomes tricky because now, if it doesn't affect you and I, there's not much that you can do. But when it comes to things like, I feel like finances, I feel like that's
Yeah.
when someone can't really move.
Yeah.
Or someone shouldn't move
Yeah.
without their partner, because that is going to affect us.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Okay. So
very
communication. So communicate. Everything must be allowed to be put on the table
Yeah.
at all times. Feelings aren't wrong or right. So
Yeah.
even if your partner does feel uncomfortable with a certain thing, that's how they feel, guys. Now, I'm the first one to be in my feelings a little bit when my wife feels some type of way about something, because I'm just like,
Yeah.
what's the big deal? Nobody
Yeah.
cares. This isn't a thing, right? But it is for her, you know?
Yeah.
So I have to then take a step back, breathe in and out for 10 seconds, try to sympathize, empathize, whatever it is, try to put myself in her shoes, understand that I don't have the sensitivities she has.
Yeah.
I don't have the fears that she has. I don't have the history that she has. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And it's really important for me to cater to her emotionally in every circumstance.
Yeah.
I know that I was pushing back a lot in this conversation only because
Yeah.
I know that there are a lot of men that feel this way.
Yeah.
You know, now we've come around the bend a lot with these conversations,
Yeah.
right? Yes, there are some things that I'm still a little bit like, boring, right? But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, we have grown. We're in a much better place. And yeah, it is what it is.
And in my closing remarks, baby, you are absolutely correct. It also comes with growth.
Yeah.
Right? Because with growth, you also you don't sweat the small stuff.
For sure.
Right? The things that I used to push back on when we met are things that, like, now I'm just like, you know what, whatever.
Life is too short.
Just let Lerato live his best life.
Yeah.
And I think also maybe sometimes we also come into a relationship with insecurities, right? There might be a reason why you don't want, you're not comfortable with your partner wearing those tight pants. What are your issues? What are your sensitivities? Is it because you don't want other men to look at her in a certain way because of your insecurities?
Because you had a girlfriend in grade 8
you see,
who wore tight pants, and then your best friend, Amore Zwap Kokoning.
So I think we also need to interrogate
for sure.
the things that make us uncomfortable. But in
Yeah.
closing, I don't think that as a married couple, as adults, as two grown-ups, we need to ask permission from each other.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation. It's all about being thoughtful.
Yes.
Right? Be thoughtful.
Absolutely.
Be thoughtful. Naganela your partner,
Considerate.
consider it.
Yeah, be considerate.
Right? Don't be a vagabond and be like, yeah,
It's my life.
I can do whatever I want to do.
I'm a man.
Yeah, you can possibly do.
Ngiyakungitshela.
You can possibly do what you want to do,
Yeah.
umdala, but we are together for a reason. God put us together for a reason. Because sometimes we do have blind spots, and your partner is there to help you see those blind
you,
spots, and
to
also
guide
as
you,
your
yeah.
helpmeet, baby. They say, is it in the Bible?
Yes.
That I'm the neck.
No, that's not in
Where
the
does that
Bible.
come from?
That comes from my big fat Greek wedding. The man is the head, but the woman is the
It's
neck.
not biblical.
And she turns the head any direction. No, that's not biblical.
Then if it's not biblical, then I'm not even going to use that statement.
Yeah,
because
because you like that one, ladies. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on that notification bell to know every single time we upload a new installment. It's good to be back, ladies and gentlemen.
We
Thank you
love
so much.
you.
This one I see every
I
day
love
anyway.
you.
So yeah, I love you. I love you. It was too real, guys.
was too real.
You know what it is. One time, too real.
Oh, yes.
Peace and blessings. We out.
Love you.
Bye.